New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. A Lakeland woman has been convicted in the murder of her boyfriend's 6-year-old daughter. According to the state's attorney's office of the 10th Judicial Circuit, a jury found Brianna Wren guilty of first-degree murder in, quote, one of the worst crimes of child abuse in Polk County. Wren and the child's father, Larry Lewis Golden Jr., were accused of beating Honesty Curry to death on June 12th of 2018 while the girl was visiting Golden. The state's attorney's office stated that the victim had more than 37 separate injuries, including 3 skull fractures, a lacerated liver, and external injuries across her body. Lakeland police stated that both suspects initially claimed that the injuries were caused by falls that happened while Honesty was out of sight. However, when confronted with the evidence with the injuries, police stated that Wren confessed to spanking the girl twice with a leather belt while she was standing in the corner for punishment. Wren also told police that Golden hit the child with an unknown object, knocking her to the floor. Honesty died 2 days later on June 14th of 2018. Wren will now be sentenced for a mandatory life sentence with no parole while Golden's case is still pending. This is what I can't understand right now. Why are they even still alive and breathing? The child, right? The little baby was harmed, right? They stated that she had 37 separate injuries, including 3 skull fractures, which means that more than likely it was blunt force trauma, or more than likely some of those might have come from the fact that the child was knocked to the floor with that unknown object. But let's continue. A lacerated liver and external injuries across the body. So this baby was literally broken inside and out. Inside and out, this baby was broken. And it was due to the 2 demons that you clearly see on the front of your screen. And you're trying to tell me that you're just going to give a mandatory life sentence as if that's going to do anything? No, it's called a life for life. They easily, both of them, took the life of that child. We need to be doing equal exchange. So since they took the life of that child, both of these quote unquote grown adults need to have both of their lives snuffed out as well. That's how that works. That's exactly how that works. Now, my other question is, how is it possible? And why is it that the mother isn't asking for, or like I said, I'm not too privy on a lot of states and if they have the death sentence and different things like that. But even if I did not have the death sentence in my state, I would try to advocate for it using this story. Because I want to know, where is the mother and how come she's just not like screaming for the death sentence? Because it's justified, 1,000%. 1,000% is justified. If there was a way to even get that petitioned, I would advocate for her to do that. She ended up losing her daughter because she decided, since they were both separated, that she was going to allow visitation, right? No problem. No problem with that. If you were dealing with normal, logical individuals. But clearly in the story, that's not what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with 2 demons who clearly are unkept, who clearly lack common sense, who clearly lack any type of empathy or heart, who clearly don't love themselves, therefore that they cannot even afford to even love a child the right way. And this is why little honesty had her life taken. Now, the thing that I would say to a lot of women out here is the same thing that I've stated in a previous relationship, right? When I met somebody um, when they were young, right? We were both, in our early 20s, and she had a child, right? And I sat up there and told her, you know, make this your last time, like ever, um, you know, being online and trying to, meet guys or boyfriend or anything like that. Because, you know, normally it's Russian roulette. Like you don't know what you're going to get. But then when you add the internet to it and you add that anonymity where anybody can be anything that they want to be, it's 1,000 times worse. It's 1,000 times worse. And the main thing I sat up there and told her was that you're lucky that I'm not a guy like this father here who, decides that, hey, I'm just going to do whatever I want, and I'm just going to take the life of, your child. Like, women have to, be as careful as possible with the uh types of men that they decide to get pregnant by. And I've said this time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. You need to be very careful of the types of men that you allow to be with you, and to, form that bond where it produces a child. Because at the end of the day, you know, the one thing that, a lot of people are going to look at is who allowed the child to be there. And in the story, it stated that the mother allowed Larry Lewis Golden Jr. to see his daughter. She allowed him to be in possession of his daughter, right? And a lot of people are going to look at the fact that, yo, you allow this dude who you've known for, God knows how long, the type of person he is and all of these other things, and you still allowed him to see his little girl. Like I said before, obviously they're separate for a reason. I would almost want to know if there was any type of history of abuse, because, usually what happens when, certain individuals want to get back at the significant other, they will use the children, because they know that, hey, if I do something to myself, like, nobody's going to really care, right? But if you do something to a child, something that both of you guys have a bond with, that that's going to hurt that person more than anything else that you can do in life. And that's clearly what he did. He has so much disdain and hatred and lack of love for the mother that he took it out on the daughter. And I'm just trying to get people to understand, like, how low of a human being, how low of a person, how low of a parent you have to be in order to cause harm or any type of injury to a child. And then on top of that, not just you, but the girl that you're with. The girl that you're with, she decided to get directly in on it as well. Like I said, two peas of the same pie. Like, both of y'all were, in a sense, made for each other, but y'all should have never been around kids. Never been around kids. And this also puts into effect one of the main things that people want to try to say about black men being fathers. They'll try to use this dude as an example, when realistically we can tell that this is not the type of individual that should have been a father at all. Like, just because a guy can sit up there and get a woman pregnant does not make him a father or dad. You're and for all intents and purposes, up until you're actually doing the stuff that you're supposed to be doing, you're a sperm donor. That's it. He's a sperm donor. He's not a father. He's not a dad. He donated is a part of his genes in order to create a child? Yes, but he's not a father or a dad. Because at no point in time would an actual real man, would an actual real father, would an actual real dad do anything or cause any type of harm to their child. Because your main job as a man, your main job as a father, your main job as a dad is to protect that child, even if it means protecting them from yourself. You're supposed to protect that child. That child is always supposed to be first, even before your own life, even before your own thoughts. That child is supposed to be first. And we clearly can see that Larry Lewis Golden Jr. is not a man. We can clearly see that he is not a father. We can clearly see that he is not a dad. So like I said, thanks to him and others like him, other people are going to have examples to try to throw up, oh, look at what this black man did. Look at what this black man did. When he's not even a part of the greater majority out here that's actually doing their job, that's actually present in and around their children, that's actually protecting their children, that's actually loving their children, nurturing, sheltering, providing. Clearly, that's nothing that he could do at all. My condolences to the mother for having to deal and suffer with the loss of losing your child, because it never should have happened at all. So I hope at some point in time, some real justice will be served versus just a life sentence. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the story and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.